Look how trash this area is. That's just this side of the road, and then this is the real side. This is one of the spots where people come up and shoot, and then they don't pick up after themselves, and then they shoot up into the trees. These trees are all just riddled with bullets. And there is a road that goes up around. It's actually this road that I'm going to drive on. Yeah, this is nasty. Here's another spot that people are coming out here and shooting and just absolutely trashing the place. Just crap everywhere from people that shoot irresponsibly. Like, that target's pretty high in that tree. Where are those bullets going? Tree somebody cut down. A bunch more targets on the trees over here, even one way up in there. Not good. Gonna get this whole road closed. Well, this is frustrating to see, especially since I've cleaned this campsite up 3 times already this year. You know, a few aluminum cans, I can live with that, but I mean, come on. The bags. And this big thing up here just looks like it's a bunch of lotion and crap. Yeah. Like lotion and ladies' razors and stuff. Maybe somebody got mad, they broke up with their girlfriend and threw all their crap away up here or something. I don't know, but that's ridiculous. That could have fit in a garbage can at home. All right, that's a lot better. This isn't the best campsite in the world, but it is a really nice place to hang out when it's hot because there's a lot of shade here. In summer, this is a great place to come chill out. Here's another spot where people have been shooting like crazy that they're not supposed to. Anywhere that there's not a big dirt or rock wall, you should not be shooting. I've actually camped in this site once before. Look at all the trash that's in it now too. There's some cardboard. A whole bunch of crap. Bags and stuff way down there. Trees are just absolutely riddled with bullet holes. Remember, the road comes from that way. So the road is that way, right where they're shooting at. And then the road wraps up around that way. And they've also been shooting those trees. And out in there, there's roads. see, here's the site, and it's not a very long road to get to it. Edge of the road is right there. And, with how many people clearly abuse the don't shoot here and shoot the trees and shoot everywhere in an unsafe manner, I'm surprised that this hasn't been blocked off with rocks yet. I would imagine in the next couple of years this road is going to be inaccessible. Block it off all the way to the edge where you can't even park along the road to get into it. There's a little bit of litter right there. And then here's a spot that's basically just big enough for someone to pull off the road and dump a whole bunch of crap in the back here. Yep, a whole bunch of crap. Can't believe they're actually shooting here. Well, it's not perfect, but it's better than it was. The back of the truck's getting loaded up. I haven't even made it to where I was wanting to get to yet. All right, so to give the location here, this is Forest Road 70 up there, and this is the corner where it kind of heads up. And there's the bathroom, and there's two sites that the Forest Service have built down here that are really great. There's a really nice camping pad, picnic table, fire pit, and surprisingly, there's not that much trash, really. This one has a can, so this one's done. Except for a bottle I saw on the way down. So this is great. Somebody's really done a great job of picking up after themselves here. Yep, a bottle and a can. That's really great for being a dispersed spot out here. This other one's got a little bit of trash up there. Kind of see it. But again, it's not super horrible for being out here where there's no trash service. A little bit of trash here. So I'll go get the bag and get that cleaned up. All right, got this one all cleaned up. A little bit of trash in the fire pit there, but they can burn that, that'll be fine. And then there's a nice tent pad there too. These sites aren't really my jam because they're right next to the paved road, and there's a bathroom, and there's gonna be traffic and a bunch of people, so usually there's always people here. And I just noticed too, it's surprising that the rocks don't have graffiti on them except for a couple little spots. It's kind of shocking. Just that one there has some graffiti on it, and then the other side of that one would make a nice reflector, but I wouldn't probably wouldn't do my fire there. Go up here to the road and I'll take a picture of what it looks like from the road looking down. All right, so here's what it looks like looking into it. You can see the one picnic table in there. Over here's the other one, so pretty close together, but definitely a lot further apart than in a traditional campground. And then on the other side of the road, there's a big area here where there's a fire pit right there. That's a nice spot. There's a creek in there. We'll go look at it. And there's another one with a fire pit up there. Got to be careful on this curb though, because people will come flying around it. So if you're camping over here too, you've got that bathroom right there and a little bit more privacy. Nice to see there's no trash over here except for that rag in the fire. I'll throw that in the back of the truck. But there's a nice creek here. Oh, look at that. There's a dead salmon on that rock right there. Oh, there's a bunch of dead salmon in there. Yeah, so definitely don't drink the water right now. Oh yeah, now the smell hit me. That's great. So whoever's been over here has done a great job of picking up their trash. All right, one of the dispersed sites along the main road up here. This one's got a little bit of trash in it. Somebody left all their crap there, so that'll be easy to pick up. A couple things in the fire pit. All right, this one's cleaned up and ready for the next person, so on down the road. Back at this real big one. I don't really remember there being any trash here. I think this one looked pretty good. I can see a can in the fire pit there, so I'll snag that real quick, and this one will probably be good enough. I think I need to bring the bag down here. Yeah, looks like it's just a can. A bunch of bullet holes in it. Yep, this one looks pretty good, so we'll just bag it to the next one. That's great. Oh, I remember what was here. There was those nails in that picnic table. I was gonna bring a drill and unscrew them. And some asshole had to put the screws in the table. Oh, I forgot about that. All right, back at the next site. I think this one was pretty good. I'll give it a quick once over and take this piece of cherry down there to the fire pit for somebody. Yeah, this one was in good shape, so good enough. On to the next one. All right, back at this one up top site. Oh, that's somebody's vent cover for an RV. Well, that was probably a bummer to happen. Add it to the pile. I don't think there was much here. Kind of remember a green bottle, but maybe I'm wrong. Nope, there's a green bottle there. All right, we'll snag that. I think this one's good. All right, back at the one where I found the single glove, but not its mate. And I remember there was some stuff in the fire pit there. I can see some cans right there. And then I can walk down to that other awesome site that's down there and clean that up too. This site's in pretty good shape too. Picnic table, tent pad, fire pit. River's right down there. Just a little bit of stuff in the fire pit I can clean up real easy, and then well, somebody threw their whole roll of paper towels in there. And a few cans. All right, back at the awesome Uno card site. Just a spectacular sight if it wasn't for the salmon smell. So I'll get this cleaned up and hopefully it'll stay that way. All right, that's pretty good. It's not perfect, but better than it was. Big old mushroom there. It's a big one. Well, I came to this site. I'll put a little clip of what it looked in before, but there was a whole bunch of trash there. Somebody else cleaned it up. Of course, people left a whole bunch of trash. Yeah, that sucks. Awesome. Let's go see if the cup is still in the fire pit. Because other than the trash being there, the only thing wrong with this site was a metal cup that was burned up in the fire pit. Yep, it's still there. Grab that, but that is nice to see. Somebody else is out here doing some cleanup. Awesome. All right, back at the site with the shitty hose. And somebody's added some elk legs. I seen a crow over here, wondered what he was doing, so I guess he was getting them. That's gross. I'm gonna take those and chuck them somewhere. like it was just water in it, so that's good. It sucks that whoever left those there left those here, because this is not the right place to leave something like that. They do belong in the woods, but they don't belong here at the parking spot of a camp area. So I'm going to bag them and take them out somewhere and drop them. All right, I took the elk legs and walked them way out in the woods out there and just dropped them. They, it's not littering. I mean, they belong out in the woods, but they don't belong in a parking area for a camping area. That's not very nice. Oh, there's the elk esophagus. Smells super gross. I'm trying not to puke. I was sick of the people that have been camping out here. I'll shoot a video later, but there's one of the fire pits over there. It just had like one can in it. And then there's another one right there, dead center of the screen. You can't really see very well, and that had a little bit in it, but it was pretty good in there. So I thought they were keeping up after themselves. But then done a great job of picking it up because there wasn't that much trash. But then I remembered all this crap here. All right, that's it for this one. I'm off to the dump now. Got a pretty good load in there. So hopefully the dump's open because that stuff smells.